Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Ori again, and today I'm going to be going into a new spec. This is one that Dontain did not overview in his last video that he did, and personally, I think it's one of the best. It's not about brute force, like, damn, you're dead. It's more about controlling the game and controlling the outcome more so. So, I do have a warrior who, of course, you guys know as my warrior, and that's what I'm known for. I also have a blood elf mage. So, I mean, if you guys want to see some of that, let me know. And I'm also leveling up a DK up to 85, and he's going to go blood. And he's just going to be there to tank rated BGs. So, let's get into my warrior. Now, guys, as you can see with my warrior, my keybinds are 1 to equal. The reason that they're 1 to equal is because I am using the Razor Naga, so I am taking full advantage of that. And I can't stress enough how nice it is. So I definitely recommend getting it. And then of course I use shift modifiers, and my alt key is my middle mouse button. So if you guys want to know more about that, I'm going to put a link up in the description or on the screen somewhere, along with Dontain's Slam and Insight spec, and also Dontain's reforging and gemming and everything like that for a warrior. So, getting into it, for my guy, if I could get into the proper gear, that would be very nice. Okay, so for my warrior, my spec is a bit different. As you can see, I'm not going to go into the trees that much except for the protection tree, because that's where it changes a lot. But in the arms tree, I have none in blitz. I mean, having the extra 5 rage is nice and everything, but you don't need to stun a nearby target, especially in 2s when it's usually like a healing comp or mage rogue or something where they're going to be completely spread out and there's absolutely no point in doing it. Tactical mastery. The only time you are ever stance dancing is when you want to go completely defensive and when you want to disarm. So really there is no point in stance dancing anymore. You don't need tactical mastery. Sweeping strikes. Blizzard did a hidden nerf, and what they actually did is they made it so sweeping strikes now does not stack with Bladestorm. So it's basically a completely messed up system. So that's a PvE talent as far as I'm considered. It's nice to have, I guess, if they're like right beside each other, but if they're not, then there's no point in having it. And then Drums of War, having the lower rage cost is nice, but I mean, you're only putting out your challenging shout. You're not even putting that out. Demoralizing shout, you're putting that out once. And pummel, you use that once every 10 seconds, and you should have enough rage to do it. So in my mind, Drums of War is not that needed. But again, that's just my point of view. Tune Cruelty, you just want this for the Mortal Strike buff with just to have the crit so that it enrages you. And then you want 3 in Insight, and the reason for this is because Heroic Strike is a massive rage dumper, and if it crits, then you get another crit out of it. So amazing to have. Toughness, the only reason I did 2 out of 3 for toughness is to get into the second set. I mean, I could have done Blood and Thunder, but really that's a PvE thing to get more DPS out and shit like that. So, I mean, I don't even PvE that much, to be honest. Now, the final thing is Gag Order. Now, what it does is it gives your pummel and heroic throw a 100% chance to silence the target for 3 seconds. It's on about a minute DR, but still, having a ranged interrupt that silences them for 3 seconds, and your pummel does the same thing. So, I mean, if you get a mage with a pummel and then you get a healer with your heroic throw, it's going to work out really nice for you. So, I mean, that's the major things that are different, and honestly, I really enjoy having this talent more than I do being a straight up slam spec. I mean, the only difference is I don't have AoE slow. So, just the way I like to view it. Now, of course, going into your glyphs, you're going to want Glyph of Slam, Overpower, Mortal Strike, Glyph of Victory Rush, Glyph of Rapid Charge, that 1 second reduction is a lot. Glyph of Spell Reflection, you use it a lot against a lot of casters, like, it's insane. I can't stress it enough. And then of course, Berserking Rage, Enduring Victory, and Demoralizing Shout. Those are the ones I like to run with, and it's just the way I've always been. Okay guys, so I'm going to be doing a duel against a Elemental Chamois, and basically I'm going to be showing you guys how having the ranged silence can do a lot for you. So right here, I'm just going to get some rage, and there you go, interrupted his lightning bolt. Now also, now if I pummel him, of course he's interrupted and he gets a small little silence. And of course it is on DR, which is a little bit unfortunate, but still, you can CC a target pretty long, like throw down, there you go. So he's already CC'd for probably about 6 seconds unless he trinkets, and then of course you can just fear him away. And then he's CC'd for even longer. So I mean, that's something that I enjoy most of all, and of course you can put Tremor Totem and whatever. But I mean, there you go, interrupted, he couldn't cast it. It's just an amazing thing to have, especially in 2s, I find, because you can, it's basically CCing the whole match. Because I mean, on my mage, I'm a pretty shitty mage, not gonna be I'm amazing, don't worry. No, I fucking suck at my mage. But I was getting some help with from a guy, and honestly, I can just about CC a guy as long without polying him, of course, on my warriors like I can on my mage now. So I mean, you do the math. It's pretty OP, I think, that a warrior can now silence a target if he's an orc. I mean, you can also silence them if you're a blood elf. So I mean, to me, this is just what I enjoy doing. Anyways, guys, this has been Ori with TGN.TV. I hope you guys liked the video. Check out my personal YouTube channel at Connor's WoW, and also check out my live stream. I might be live streaming sometime. I might even be live streaming right now. That's at justin.tv/ConnorsWoW. So I mean, check me out there, and I'll see you guys around.